If you just went under contract and are thinking, what in the world did I just sign? This video is for you. I'm Shauna Norris, broker and owner of Venture Group Real Estate, and today we're going to talk about due diligence in the contract. The first thing I want you to know is it is completely normal to feel overwhelmed when you go under a contract. This is a big purchase. The home is often people's largest asset or soon to be asset, and so it is 100% normal to feel overwhelmed, stressed, not sleep at night, all the things. So please just remember to breathe, and your agent is there to help you get to the closing table. After you breathe, it's important that you understand exactly what you signed. There are over 30 negotiation points in the Missouri Realtor residential sales contract. And the contract is slightly in favor of the buyer because there are several protection periods or due diligence periods built into the contract for the buyer. In each section of the contract where we talk about contingencies, there will be numbers involved. Those numbers are counted from the effective date. So the effective date is when it's the last signature of the last party. The best way to understand your protection periods is to look at the contract. And so in the contract, you'll find appraisal contingencies, financing and loan contingencies, title and survey contingency, property data, and inspection contingencies. So the appraisal contingency is found in section 5 of the contract. So let's pretend that you have 30 days in that blank. So long as you get your appraisal completed and done within those days, if the value is less than the purchase price, then it opens up soft negotiations with the seller. But if you don't get that value back from the appraiser till after your protection period, you cannot open up those soft negotiations. The loan contingency works in much of the same way as the appraisal contingency. So let's pretend that the loan contingency is also 30 days. If for some reason your loan falls apart prior to those 30 days, then the buyer has the right to back out by doing certain things. If that happens after those 30 days, that contingency is no longer in effect. The title and survey contingency section is referenced in section 6 of the contract, and it works much in the same way as the previous two. Once you have the title work back, then the buyer has the opportunity to review it. If something is discovered during that, the buyer has the right to open up those soft negotiations with the seller. And the final two are found in section 7, property data and inspections. And so property data is usually about 5 days, can be longer or less depending on what is in that blank. And let's see, it's line 145. If the buyer discovers any information about the property that's new once they're under contract, they have the right to back out during the property data period if that information is unsatisfactory. Also during the inspection period, the buyer has the right to get any and all inspections, and the seller must give access to the property with reasonable request. Once all the inspections are back, the buyer has the right to serve an inspection notice to the seller requesting repairs be made, unilaterally terminate the contract, or say that they are satisfied with the inspections found. Typically, it's 10 days to get inspections done. Sometimes we do 15 days on a rural property, but typically we do about 10 days. And so as long as that notice is served 10 days or sooner in this example, then the buyer has those protection periods. Once that notice is served, it opens up a resolution period of inspections, which means that both parties have to work together to try to come to something amicable for both of them. And so that service of the inspection notice starts the resolution period. The good news is if you have a good agent with you, they're going to be locked arms with you the whole time, helping you through each of these protection periods. So remember to breathe, work with a knowledgeable agent, and understand the contract, what you have signed, specifically the protection periods. Again, I'm Shauna Norris, broker owner of Venture Group Real Estate, and if I said anything that's even remotely helpful, if you would help me out by hitting the subscribe button below. Thank you for your time.